So this is my SmackDown review, and like SmackDown has been on a good run these past 2 3 weeks. Like honestly, everything feels important, and it feels like the show matters. It doesn't matter. It's not on Netflix. Everyone is doing something, and everyone matters. Like Cody and Jacob, like crashing out, like if you remember, like before Jacob was out, like they kind of messed up Jacob's booking. They had him looking strong, but he lost to Solo Sikoa twice. You can say the way he lost was very much protected, but even that United States Championship reign, he didn't have that many defenses. This Jacob Fatu like feels like the Jacob Fatu when he like broke off from Solo Sikoa, and like even bigger because you have a new champion like Drew McIntyre coming out at the start of the show, like with the WWE Undisputed Championship in his Titantron, like people going crazy, and Drew being the heel that he is, like just said that only I have been here for myself because you didn't cheer for me, you didn't say my name when I got fired, when I, lost to Punk and everything. Randy Orton interrupted him. Pretty basic that, three letter RKO, I'm gonna win the fatal four way. Miz came out. Randy Orton defeated the Miz before that. Jacob Fatu ran off Drew McIntyre. In that, Drew McIntyre, while running off, was also confronted by Ilya. And Drew was like, I didn't, kick Jacob Fatu's teeth out, but I will kick your teeth out if you make it. Glad that Ilya is getting these interactions, like good step above. Even though he did lose to Sami Zayn in a pretty great match, and Sami got attacked by Trick after the match, probably showing the feud that's gonna be like the first major feud for Trick. Because one thing is, Trick defeated Matt Cardona like cleanly, which if WWE had long-term plans of having Matt Cardona as a upper mid carder, they would have probably had Matt Cardona lose by some kind of interference, distraction, something. Like they could have had Wilson interfere in the match, or have like Trick pull up the tights, which they did with Ray Phoenix, but they didn't do here. So this probably seems like he's gonna be a mid card guy, like for the future. Which okay, I think it's fine for me because you have new talent right now who definitely need the push more than someone like a Matt Cardona. And the Wilson stuff. That Wilson came out, then attacked Matt Cardona. The music stopped, and then when he started like doing his like walk, it's restarted again, and the crowd was going crazy. And I hope now the song gets picked up in other cities also. And this was good that they did this moment in front of an international crowd, because I think even though he got famous because his music went viral on social media and internet, US cities, at least who are not like wrestling cities, I don't think they really like go by the trends on social media, or like aren't really in sync with wrestling that much. So I think it was good that they did that. And now Wilson is probably going to be there every week. Kit Wilson talked about toxic masculinity, got attacked by Jacob Fatu, who ran that shit on him. Before that, I think earlier in the show, Cody had a great promo where he was like, I've always done better against the odds, so I'm announcing myself as the first entrant in the Royal Rumble, which is great. Like, and there was some other like spirit with Cody. Like, I think Cody is one of those baby faces who like do well in the chase, or where like the odds are stacked against him, where he's not like the guy who is sitting comfortably. Even if he's the guy, if he has like multiple odds where he is outmatched, I think that brings out another side of Cody, where he looks like he's into the promos. He's really into like the storyline, the program, the emotion show, which you can see here with Cody, like the way he was calling out Jacob Fatu and all. And Jacob Fatu like was a G. He said, Cody, I'm not running. Like, come out. And then Cody and Jacob crashed out. Like, all the security guards came. Cody jumped on Jacob. They had a brawl which they were like pulled apart, and now it's announced that at Saturday night's main event it's going to be Cody versus Jacob, which I think is probably going to be a no contest. I think they're probably gonna it's going to be like a 10 count or something, and then both are going to take each other out on like a table from like top or something like that. That's what's going to happen. One thing also that Julia and Kiana James lost to Charlotte and Alexa, which in a way you can say Julia getting a loss even though Kiana James got pinned. But it shows that, okay, the feud right now is at least a mini feud is going to be Julia with Charlotte and Alexa, which probably means I think Charlotte is going to get a shot at the US Championship in the future. Though I would have liked like an Alexa Bliss Julia and a Charlotte and Julia should be like a feud on its own, but at least she's getting important stuff. And I think this is going to be like one of the steps leading to like a Charlexa breakup, maybe at the Rumble. Maybe at the Rumble, I can see that happening because they have been politicking a lot to get a title shot, and they're just not getting a tag title shot at all. And apart from that, you had Johnny Gargano and the Axiom stuff, which is very funny going on, and also you had Jordan Grace defeating Chelsea Green and Jade like confronting her after that. Like, when do you think the match will happen? I think it will probably happen on a SmackDown. I don't think it's gonna happen on the Rumble or at Saturday Night's Main Event because Saturday Night's Main Event has already a women's match, and they're not going to put two women's matches on one PL. Or it's not a PLE, a special show. Already three matches are announced. I think one more will probably be from Raw. Will probably be from Raw. So I don't maybe something involving the Vision we can see. So yeah, I think you're not getting that. I think probably the SmackDown before the Rumble. I think that's what's gonna happen for Jade and Jordan Grace. I think Stephanie and Raquel will probably make the Royal Rumble as the lone women's match on the show. I think that's what's gonna happen probably. And yeah, Damien Priest also defeated Solo Sikoa because the Wyatt Six showed up. They they tried to take away the lantern, but they were unable to do so because of Tala Tonga and everyone else. And you're getting the Wyatt Six versus MFT next week for the tag titles. I hope they change the tag titles. Like, this feud has been going on for months, even though like the crowd is loving this feud. It has gone on for way too long. The tag division, the last time the Wyatts defended the title successfully, like in a pinfall victory, was against Street Profits at Clash in Paris. Like, it's been a while. Like, you need to have the titles on MFT because you have tag teams, and because you have 3 hours. If you get that tag division, or like it was in the summer last year, and now you have like the upper card doing well, the United States Championship doing well, like this can be a banger show, even more than it is right now. Carmelo Hayes defended his US championship against Leon Slater. Like, Leon Slater couldn't make it to the TNA show because of visa issues and all, or maybe WWE did stop him. Good showcase for Leon Slater. I hope they buy his theme song when he moves to WWE eventually, because he's going to. I love Carmelo Hayes, the way they have been booking his championship reign. I think his first I do think he's like, what is his feud going to be? Because Ilya Dragunov, the feud that in his US title reign was with DIY and Carmelo Hayes. Like, what is going to be that feud for Carmelo Hayes? I do think WrestleMania is probably going to be Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams. Like, Trick Williams feels so important. Like, he has been involved in like segments with Cody, with Randy. Like, he defeated Phoenix, he defeated Matt Cardona. He's in the Fatal Four Way. He attacked Sami Zayn after his match. He had a segment with Sami. Only downside is Sami is probably gonna pin Trick Williams at SNME to go to the Rumble. But an upside is I think probably Trick is gonna cost Sami at the Royal Rumble against Drew McIntyre. And probably Trick and Sammy are going to be the feud. I don't think it's going to make it till Mania because how many matches are you going to have on Mania? But I think Sammy is going to be like the first like proper major feud, like a rivalry for Trick Williams, which I'm fine with. It's just that it's just personal for me. When you like, I don't like when you push superstars, but you have them take wins early, even though it doesn't really harm a lot of them. It's just something personal for me. Like it just gives me the ick. I don't know. And there were like talks about like Drew, Cody, and Jacob happening at Mania. I don't know if it's a Mania match. I can probably see it as a match at Elimination Chamber. I don't see it as more than that. And I do want to see what they do with the US title, if it's going to be a singles match or a multi-man match, because you have people like Aleister Black who are doing nothing. What will Damien Priest do at Mania? Like, is Drew going to hold the title till Mania? I think these are all stuff which there is to talk about. And one thing also is like Jordan is going to lose to Jade, but I like that because she will gain credibility for this and will probably be added to the women's US Championship division. Though I do think you need more women on the SmackDown side. And you need to like split some tag teams so that the women's division on Raw also can feel a little bit free, even though that has resulted in someone like a Raquel getting a big push. Even though I do think she's most probably going to lose, and I think the breakup storyline with Liv probably turning face will happen after Liv defeats Raquel at Mania, and maybe Raquel and Roxanne turning heel on Liv after Mania. So yeah, let's see what they do with all this. I do want to see what they do. Like, I'm excited. So, what do you think about the show? Tell me in the comment section. If you like this type of content, like this video, share and subscribe. If you don't, share it with those who do. My social media accounts, which are my Twitter/X account and my Instagram account, links are in the description. So go follow me on that. My UPI ID link, which is shareboy@okicici, is also in the description. So go donate any amount of money which you can, which can help me make YouTube a permanent career option. So that was it for today. So thank you. Goodbye. Alvida.